approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can. Okay.
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'ma al-wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Thursdays are usually for throwbacks, but yesterday something happened at the UPSA where the NDC outdoored its running mate, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. And she made some very, very instructive comments and statements, giving an indication that, well, better days are ahead. On social media, many people have said that, oh, we've heard these things before from politicians, and we are fast losing our trust for politicians. And then some have also said that, well, the NDC may be saying these things out of desperation for power. And then some people too say, okay, the NDC is jabbing. Wait, when we also have our running mates from the MPP side and we start jabbing, let nobody come and tell us to pull the brakes. Now, yesterday, you noticed that when the prof spoke, there was no insult, or there were no insults. They were just a description of the reality on the ground. Some of the things that I have been talking about. Some of the things that some other colleagues in other media houses have been talking about. Some of the things that civil society organizations have been talking about. I've been talking about disrespect from officialdom for a very, very long time. As we speak, Simon Osei-Mensah, my uncle, is still at post. ECG senior staff are wearing red bands across the country. They are protesting that a certain engineer, Yafi, was arrested, or if you like, was reported to the police because he did his lawful duty. The abuse of authority and power. And they just want an apology from the minister. It has taken 2 weeks or so. He has not apologized. This morning, if you go to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, I am told that the rates and the prices will be going up. The rates and the prices will be going up. I'll share the details with you tomorrow. But stuff that you pay, MRI, lab test, scan, CT scan, all of the prices are just going up. Stuff that maybe you paid 800 Ghana cedis for, you're not paying maybe 1,500 or let's say 1,400, 1,300. And it's no joke. So when you're paying for all of these things, with all the charges and fees that are attached to it, and you still get the disrespect coming to you, it's a problem. It's a very, very big problem. Play the props video for me.
Responsibility for our setbacks, if any. And at the time of reckoning, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I will not, in the advancement of self-serving ambition, declare to the whole world that I was only the driver's mate.
So that's Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, that she would not be a driver's mate. Incidentally, she's speaking at the same place that His Excellency Dr. Bawumia spoke, where he said that he was only the driver's mate and given the opportunity, he will right the wrongs and that he will do better. Somebody said not long ago that, oh, he has realized his mistakes. So when he comes, he will do better. I say, hey, don't say that. Somebody still has power. Thankfully, has realized his mistakes. But he says, wait, when I get the opportunity to be in the main seat, I'll do you fine. Is it not strange? Enya wanwa. Enya wanwa. So Prof has come. She had said stuff. And as Helen says, we will keep these things that Prof has said. And if God should be merciful enough to grant her wishes, along with John Mahama, to lead the country, those tapes will be there. and we shall play those tapes back when it matters and ask the very simple questions. For example, we are asking ourselves how Nanado, who says, I shall protect the public purse, looks on for SML to have a contract given to them without doing a proper technical assessment. It's there in KPMG's own, findings. That was the first paragraph of what Eugene Ayin signed from the presidency when the president gave directives, his white paper, on the report. And we want to see the full report. That the assessment was not done, but the contract was given anyway. So you ask yourself, on what basis was the contract given? Because two of the things that they were supposed to be doing are not actually active. They're doing one. And we know that they have made about 1 billion already. It's a very, very serious thing. And then this whole revenue assurance, where did it come from? You have Kroll here, you have Kelvin GVG here, now you have SML here. Where did it suddenly come from? That we cannot empower GRA to do its own work. Or because we know we are packing GRA with retirees, we sack a 63-year-old, we bring in a 61-year-old, so we are okay, and we say that we need to give some of the money to external people to come and do the work. I don't understand. And this is a country where we say, oh, we don't have money. Because we are paying people at GRA to go to work this morning to do the same things that we are asking another private entity to do. So are we being wasteful, or are we being, are we managing our resources well? Find me Mr. Kweku Kwatin's video. Now, Mr. Kweku Kwatin rejected the appointment. He said he would rather want to work in parliament and with party. But Mr. Kweku Kwatin for a long time had been a spokesperson for the Akufo-Addo government in parliament, and also be a deputy minister before. He rejected the big role that Dr. Amin Adam is now handling. But listen to him. Listen to him.
And even as a household, if you chose to do that, you'll be borrowing from the banks, you'll be borrowing from friends, you'll be taking things on credit. At some point, your creditors are going to look at you and say, we won't lend to you again. That is where Ghana has got into. Our creditors are now saying they are not lending to us. And why? As we speak, we are in discussion with our external creditors to give them haircuts. That is to say, the money we owe you, we can't pay everything. We can only pay you a part. So let's reach that agreement. So the point I'm making is, that is what has created the kind of economy we have, and we're always going to get here sooner than later. I am one of those who believe that, of course, COVID-19 and the Russian war have impacted us adversely. But I do not think that we're not going to get here but for this. I think we're always going to get here. It would have delayed a little bit if we didn't have COVID-19 and Russian war. But the fact remains that the path we were walking, we're always going to get here. So if you ask why we're here because of a certain reckless attitude to public expenditure, where we are always spending resources we do not have, thinking there will be no consequences. There would be consequences.
And this is the consequences.
And where we are now, when you see that pensioners have to picket at the Ministry of Finance because there is a restructuring that has touched their earnings and their pensions, when you have people, businesses that have invested in bonds and their businesses collapse, it is not.
So that's Mr. Kweku Kwatin saying it as it is, the reality on the ground, saying it the way it is, that we're always going to get here, spending resources that we don't have. And yesterday I read on the front page of the Daily Graphic that we're going to spend $675 million on a certain Odor project for floods that come every 25 years, T25. And I said, we need $675 million to do that kind of work. Put it up there if you have the image. Put it up there, clippings. $675 million to dredge the same Odor that somebody dredged for free for us. The same Odor that we spent $43 million to dredge under Madam Cecilia Abunadapa as Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation. The same Odo that we said that we're going to have a $200 million US deal for. And I remember they took the president there. And then they showed him what was going to happen at the Odo River. We're going to build hotels and blah, 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 all those things. It was there. The president was taken there. Along that same basin, we have had, remember, the Korle Lagoon Ecological Restoration Program, CLEP. We spent money. The project never saw the light of day in full capacity. We have spent $200 million. We are told that the project is ongoing. When you pass there, you don't see anything happening. Now we are being told that we need $675 million for Odo project. And this was announced by the Minister Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah. Now the question you ask yourself is, where are we supposed to be getting these monies from? And are we getting value for money? Because not so long ago, President Akufo-Addo, he stood there and they told him, they gave an artist impression, we'll have hotels, we'll have boats on the water, we'll have da. Go and see how dirty and filthy and smelly the place is. We have not been able to achieve that, but we voted money for it. And you know what they do? They wait until there's a major flood, and then they come back to say, oh, because of the flood, we are pressed, so we need to do it. Ajana 1, Ajana 2. If we knew that the Odo was going to cause us problem, when we started earlier this year, before the rains are going to come anyway. Before the rain set in, we would have started some serious and active dredging of the Odo by now. You pass there and you wonder, okay, so the countries like Italy and all the Venice and all those places where people go and make holiday, they live just a few centimeters away from the water. They step out and they can see the water. Were they created specially with a special kind of mud or what? We wake up and we say we need $675 million US, and then we'll go to IMF and go and borrow how much? There's something fundamentally wrong with us. And that is why yesterday when I saw that the police, the military, and the prisons officers were at one location and there was confusion, I said, Kaish, it has happened. Listen, you watch the video. Watch. A video where the military is said to have attacked prison officers.
They should come and beat prisons. Look at them. They should come and beat prisons and kill us. Look at them. Everybody should look at them. They should come and kill us. Come and kill us. Let me video them. They will know what is going on. Reply.
And now, viewer discretion, because there's one that you find blood oozing out of the faces of the prison officers. I want that shown because I have mentioned that there are 5 things we cannot politicize in this country. 5 things. I've said it over 5 years. Nobody seems to have listened. I said, put the images there, please. I said that education, don't politicize it. Your economy, don't politicize it. Agric, don't politicize it. Energy, don't politicize it. Security, don't politicize it. Today we have protocol police, proper police, political police. We have protocol prison officers, political prison officers, proper prison officers. Same with military, same with immigration, same with customs, same with fire service, same with NADBO, same with every single security institution we have in this country. Same with all of them. And so very soon we'll get to a point where people will wear uniforms, but they will not value the uniforms that they are wearing. And other ranks will be talking back at officers and disrespecting them. We are getting there. So those who are politically exposed who take pictures with Peter and tell them, oh, I was able to get 300 people or 500 people or 100 people or 50 people recruited into the security services. They should be looking at this video and they should be wondering what is happening. There's an eyewitness report. Play it for me. Play the eyewitness account for me. The prison officer who was not happy, and there's an eyewitness report. Quick, play it for me.
Because of this, their behavior, that's why Bawku is like this. That's why Bawku is like this. They are just killing innocent people.
3FM 92.7.
I go check them out.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Why are you women? No, sir. You're not woman. No, sir. But it's painful. You're not woman, but it's painful. Yeah, and I'm going to go back down. I'm here. I'm going to go to that station.
On Sunrise. Johnny's Bite.
Because of this, their behavior, that's why Bawku is like this.
And you hear the officer, he says, because of this behavior, that's why Bawku is like this. Because of this behavior, that's why Bawku is like this. There are two audios, and please play them for me. One, a prison officer lamenting that the prison leadership in Accra have not come to see with their own eyes what is happening, and says this is not the first time it is happening. And then there's another one, an eyewitness account telling us what happened before the soldiers went to the frontage of the Bawku prison, and that's a security zone. And we are not in wartime in Ghana. I'm telling you, things are not going the way they're supposed to go. And this is where the Interior Minister, the National Security Minister, the Defense Minister, they need to come together with the National Security Coordinator. But you know what happens when you pick your security architecture and you give it to a political think tank leadership? That is what happened. We have handed over our national security to the Dankwa Institute boys. And that is what is happening. Check the leadership of our national security coordinator, a BNI or NIB director. Check their background and check where they came from. Dankwa Institute boys. We have handed over our security to them. Or if nobody will say, I'll say it. We have handed over our security to them. Play the video. Play the audio.
Innocent people.
92.7. Johnny's Bite. On Sunrise.
I go check them out.
That's the only thing you can do. Look, let me zoom in. That's the only thing. Why are you women? No, sir. You're not woman. No, sir. But it's painful. You're not woman, but it's painful.
This is a serious matter. The way that
yeah, and I'm going to go back down. I'm here. I'm going to go to that station.
Well, it appears we can't find the audio, so let's end it here. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Appears we can't get the right format for the audio, so